And welcome back to another episode of Coffee and Stocks. We are talking about well, I honestly haven't talked about this stock yet, but before we get started, can I please ask you guys to drop a like on this video as well as press that amazing subscribe button. It does go a long way in supporting the channel, and I will be doing a giveaway on Friday, only 2 days away. Don't forget, every Sunday I will be doing a different kind of video, and it's about saving money and how you can put that money to work for you. But let's get started on this so we don't make it too long. We are going to talk about IDEX, or with the ticker symbol of IDEX. Currently going for $2.19. Don't forget, a stock that is this low in price, it doesn't mean that it's not bad or anything. It's just high volatility in that point. For the 1 week chart, as you can see right here, it's up 6.83%. It did have a little bit of a run up lately because of a certain news that came out, and we are going to touch base into what that is in a little bit. In the 1 month chart, it's up 5.80%, and in 6 months, as you can see right here, in 6 months it is up more than 73.81%. That is amazing, right? Going to a little bit into the volume. Market cap is 523 million and the volume is 59 million, which is pretty good. Now, this is one of the news that came out for IDEX. IDEX signs a definitive agreement to acquire Utah-based wireless charging provider Wave, right? As you guys can see, the EV market, the EV charging market is super hot right now. Everyone wants in. It is 100% the future of the world, 100%, no doubt. So everyone is trying to get in somewhere, somehow. If it's via SPAC, if it's via acquiring something, etc., etc. Wave was founded in 2011 and is a leading provider of wireless charging systems for commercial EVs. We have other companies, for example, XL Fleet, Blink. There is quite a other companies that are already making charging stations. So is this a really good thing for IDEX? In retrospect, yes. But they are going into a sector which there are multiple companies already creating and making, charging stations and charging systems. But we're going to get into a little bit on if they are different or not. Its technology is proven in the field with multiple customer deployments, which is always good to hear. Wave's 2020 unaudited revenues are expected to be in the region of $7 million, with a burgeoning pipeline for 2021 and beyond. So that means a SPAC, right? So definitely keep that in mind. Not IDEX, but Wave itself, which is pretty good. There is a thing that you guys need to know about IDEX. And then on November 9th, they reported $12 million operating loss in Q3. This was before $2 million in interest expenses. The problem is its model produced a gross profit of $700,000 for the quarter on revenues of $10.6 million. Naturally, making 7% commission on EV sales is not going to generate enough profits for the company to cover its overhead for a good while. And they give you an example. IDEX had $7.6 million in selling and administrative expenses for the quarter. This is before $3.97 million in professional fees and a little over $1.3 million in R&D spending. In other words, cash expenses totaled $12.87 million, or over 125% gross sales. I'm not saying that IDEX is a bad company or a bad stock to get. I just want to show you guys everything so then you could make your own decision if you want to join in that company or not. If we look into the mission of IDEX, it's a global company that facilitates the adoption of commercial electric vehicles and supports next generation financial services and fintech products. Our electric vehicle division, Mobile Energy Global, or MEG, provides group purchasing discounts and commercial electric vehicles, EV batteries and electric, as well as financing and charging solutions. We refer to this business model as sales to financing to charging. So they definitely have a really good chemistry. I believe they own MEG, and it's a Canadian energy company, so that's interesting to see. If we look at the overview of Ideonomics, it's a U.S. company headquartered in New York with offices in Beijing, Hangzhou, Qingdao, operations in U.S., China, Ukraine, and Malaysia. So MEG is a highly valued product and services to facilitate the adoption of commercial EVs. IDEX Capital is a disruptive fintech solutions for the financial services industry. So that's pretty awesome. In general, I like them very much. They are trying to go into the whole EV sector, and they're trying to be more green, because honestly, I believe they will get a lot more revenue coming in if they do that. So I don't want to get too into detail about this, but there's specific things that I did want to mention. Medici Motor Works, which is cost-efficient new energy commercial vehicles. Medici is developing a line of zero-emission heavy trucks and buses, as well as other types of commercial vehicles in partnership with leading OEM partners. Medici, if you guys pay attention to this, Medici Motor Works expects to have its first BEV vehicle ready for sale in North America in 2021. So this year, so definitely keep that in mind, because there could be a potential growth or a potential gain for that company itself, and we could jump into that company pretty quick. There's a few other things that they do have, like Tree Electric, which is the products right here. They do have the tractor, which is expanding their footprint. Obviously, has both awarded and pending patents. Has 3 electric tractor models and a 4th in development. Existing sales and an order book. So I mean, they're doing little things here and there. I think the most important thing that I had encountered for them was this Medici Motor Works, and I'm very, very interested in that. If we look over here in the financial highlights, revenue growth each quarter for 3 sequential quarters, revenues up to 2.3 times compared to Q2, and reduction of $1.6 million in annual operating cost. They do say they have a strong cash position, but obviously in their investor presentation, they're not going to show you anything negative. So you have to keep that in mind. You have to do your research in multiple locations and multiple areas. And then that's when you do your results, if you want to invest or if you don't want to invest. Obviously, I'm not a financial advisor, so I do not want to tell you what to do and how to invest in something. So definitely keep that in mind. There's a few catalysts in Q4 of 2020 and in 2021. Continued growth in MEG's sales, products, and services. Closing of Timios acquisition. Strong revenue growth bolstered by favorable macro conditions. Momentum in Tree Electric's growth and development of port area. Opportunistic accretive acquisitions and investments. So there's definitely quite a bit of catalysts that are coming up for them, which can create a definite boost in their price. Deliveries of the MEG have been growing lately. As you can see, in Q1 2020 they only had 13 deliveries, then they had 97 deliveries in Q2, and then all of a sudden in Q3 they had 626 deliveries, which is just amazing. And they just went through the roof, right? So that was today's video. Ideonomics creating quite a bit of movement in their companies. Yes, they're going for $2.19. I'm not saying that it's going to go to $100. No, that is not what I'm saying. But we are joining this company, or if you haven't joined this company yet, at $2.19. Don't forget that if you do plan to hold this in the long term, there might be some negative and there might be some correction in place, because there is a lot of volatility with this. So definitely keep that in mind when you are investing, or when you do plan to invest in the future in this company. All right, so don't forget to drop a like on this video, as well as press that amazing subscribe button. It does go a long way in supporting the channel, and I will see you guys next time on Coffee and Stocks.